Hey everyone, we're gonna spend our last day at 5ER, already maxed it out with building damage, boom cannons, all this stuff. And at least today one of two things can happen. Either we win and collect in diamond, or lose and collect in gold. But either option is gonna be fine because 3 chests today, 3 tomorrow, means not only do we get 6ER, but also just enough for shock launchers. And for those facing those annoying secret players already, losing to them as a 5ER, I think once you go shock launchers, you should be okay against most of them. Because that's the next big defense against seekers. After shock launchers is critter launchers, and if that's not enough, well you have 50 more building damage. But we'll do a few hits to get our chest, and see how it goes. Here we got a 6ER. We see he has no building health, no building damage, no flames, so our first secret player. And on these ones I like doing maybe a little weird kind of hit with a bunch of rifles. Because already they're invisible, you can flare them on the left side. And over here maybe like even just one heavy Zook. Or looking one more time, even 2 Zooks can be okay. Because you can use Sparky's critters to kind of act as a meat shield. And then taking advantage of our level 3 flares, you can just drop the rifles, start flaring on the left side. As long as once the flares expire, the rifles spread a bunch. So do one more flare in just a bit, get that going now. And in a few more seconds can drop Sparky and the Zooks. So do that now, then 2 Zooks and 2 critter swarms. And now just do a shield and maybe a few shocks. Especially getting the shock launchers pinned down. And that machine gun on that side, maybe shock it too. Because we have enough for a bunch of GB. We'll go ahead and maybe shock that shock launcher, machine gun, and the microwave. So just waiting a bunch, let them clear. I think now just start flaring. Got one more shock in the micro. And then after a few seconds, just that last ER. The good thing about this rifle hit is now they're back to being invisible. So I don't really have to worry about those machine guns, mortars. And it's only level 1 barrage, but still does a small amount of damage. So getting that last ER, 248. Now maybe a good secret player can still beat that. Or we could be running the only 5-year base that stops him. Well, especially if his name is Seeker. It's why we made this different kind of base, still rocking that microwave. And I think it's a bit difficult because, well, there's so many mines that Seekers have to go through. So even one Seeker wasn't enough for this side. And then on the right side, there's just so many mines to worry about. Maybe if it was just enough, it would have been okay, but got that Doom Cannon and a bunch of splash next to each other. So if you want to stop Seekers, maybe try out this base. And here we got another secret player, so we'll try this out too. I think the same style hit, to 6 rifles on the left side. And again, Sparky's critters and 2 Zooks. This Flotty at some point we can go ahead and shield. And maybe shock that shock launcher a few times. And as we get them going, some people might think upgrade barrage to do a bit more work, but there's a lot of expensive stuff later at 6ER. So I think it's hold off and save our tokens. Do Sparky, 2 Zooks, get a bunch of critters out. And we'll do a shield right there. And I think just shock the Flotty and shock launcher. We already did 2 critters on that side. Maybe one more shield in just a bit. The first one to go ahead and shock that Flotty shock launcher again. And maybe even the machine guns. Because all we're waiting for is that left ER. I guess one more shock in that shock launcher. And in just a few seconds, start that last flare. Bunch of GBE critters taking down that shock launcher. So just one more shock and a bunch of barrage. Still, I think a good secret player is going to beat us, like no question, but trying to practice those fast hits. Because once you get shock launchers, maybe it's on time. But another secret fizzle means maybe this base is working. At least before these guys have so much offense, like maybe getting bullet and flare. But kind of the same deal. There's just so many mines to worry about that Even if you have critters and stuff like barrage, there still is a lot to clear. We had a lot of shock mines too behind snipers, other buildings, and of course, have that lovely microwave. And it's also back to diamond, so already getting one of our chests. And if we're lucky, maybe 2 more matches and we can finish it off. What this base might not be great against is other normal players. Here we got a pretty nasty one. Got 2 shock launchers, building damage. So maybe back to our heavy Zooks. You could try delaying something like maybe even a few rifles, and then take Critter Swarm. But still is nasty with those shock launchers. Still, I think we can try from maybe one side. And I think we'll give the left one a shot. Can take our bomb stuff because it's a compact base. And a few mines to worry about there. Maybe even barrage them, and if the mortar looks at heavies, then the Zookas are fine. Otherwise, just do a shield or something. And for sure shock that laser. So we'll go ahead to 2 heavies, 3 Zooks, 1 on that side with a barrage. And get Sparky on the left side. We'll go ahead and stagger the rifles in just a bit. Waiting maybe a few seconds. And then watch where that mortar looks. He's looking at the left, so don't gotta worry about, at least not yet. And then shocking that laser. Just enough time for a shield, and then get the rifles going. So waiting a few more seconds. Maybe 1 more shield too, in case they want to clip some Zooks. And I think after just a bit, 1 more shock and that laser. So get that going right now. Maybe start doing a bit of bomb stuff. And I think let these guys go. We can do, let's say 1 shock on one of these shock launchers. But you can see how annoying they are. Because once the heavies die, then there's not much you can do. Get 1 more shock on the right side. And just hoping this meat shield can somehow stay alive. We got stuff on the right side. That shock launcher's gonna wake up soon. Maybe 1 last shock on that side. And now just starting bomb stuff and hope the Zooks are okay. Got a few rifles in us, a few Zooks. Maybe as long as I get the Doom Cannon. We can flare on the left side to get our last few Zooks to get the few ERs. Sparky's dead, so maybe we got it, but it's gonna be close with that sniper and even machine gun on the last side. Gonna do 1 more flare towards the left. Might lose a fair amount of our rifles. And we have like less than a boat of Zooks. So I think it's just flaring that machine gun or at least doing 1 shock. We want to get the sniper down, the machine gun. And maybe the boom cannon we can ignore because we do have a fair amount of Zooks. Make sure we target that last ER. And by no means a good time, but if he's already at this point with shock launchers, building damage, maybe he doesn't have a lot of offense. So 143, but he's not going to finish. And I know it's not a super great sign that we can make this 6 ER tomorrow, meaning maybe a lot of fizzles the next 1 or 2 days. But I think going beyond that once we get normal critters should help out a bit, but especially bombers. Because right now, Zookas don't outrange a lot of stuff, but once you have bombers, there's no rocket launchers, so I think it should be a lot easier. And here we got another match. Last one because, well, the good thing about 6 ERs is if you want to get 1 days of chests, so 3 chests, and you keep on matching 6 ERs, you only need 4 matches. So this is our last one and another secret player, which we can do the same kind of hit. 6 rifles on the left, make sure we got Sparky's critters, and then 2 Zooks. Maybe 1 shock on that side because a bunch of mortars clumped together. But try it out. So do 6 rifles over here and then start flaring. Not too many mines to worry about. Just gonna do 1 more flare in just a bit. And it's a good thing the rifles like to spread out. 1 more going. And then on the right side, it's Sparky and a few Zooks. Get a fair amount of critters. And again, I like 1 shield on this side. We'll do maybe a few shocks. He did already finish us, so maybe not beating every secret player. That micro, I think maybe we can shock. Do it from the right side. And otherwise, just let these guys go. Can start flaring this engine, then go for this one. And once we as a 6-year do get critters, can really help out on bases like this. Already dropping a few critters on that side. Because I wouldn't be surprised if you can even beat Seekers on time once you get to that level. But still trying a fast time, so getting like 250. Though if he is good enough, should be like a 310, 320. We'll find out. Got this guy right here. Secret player gonna get 307. So maybe not beating every single secret player, but we're not gonna show it. Because for those other secrets out there, I mean, who wants to see how to beat a 5-year base that might stop them? And even though we're only 2 away from diamond, once we chest collect tomorrow, I guess we can try doing a few more hits. But either way, if it's gold or diamond, we still get 6 ER plus shock launchers tomorrow, and that should be good enough. After that, the plan is not getting troop damage because, well, Zookas already do a lot of damage, so I think it's more about going for buildings and a better troop. So we'll go critters, maybe get that 10% building health, critter launchers, and then bombers. Which are all pretty cheap, so should only take maybe 2 or 3 days to get most of this at 6 ER. But for those who want to try this space out, let me know how it works. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.